Coming up on this edition of Carolina Insider, find out how to stay up to date with your COVID protections. Then, see how local small businesses and farmers might end up with a little extra money in their pockets.
You really needed something to tide you over if you're going to keep your employees, on payroll.
But first, the Atlanta championship curse has been broken. Carolina Insider starts now. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm AlizaJane. Our top story today, it's time to start partying like it's 1995, as the Braves World Series Championship Parade kicks off today in Atlanta. The Braves knocked off the Houston Astros on Tuesday in 6 games. They did it dominating fashion by hitting 3 home runs, one by the World Series MVP, Jorge Soler. Starter Max Fried in the Atlanta bullpen pitched a 6-hit shutout, getting the Braves a 4-2 series win. This win is the franchise's 4th World Series overall, but it's the first in 26 years. The celebration from the field will continue in the streets of Atlanta today, where we expect fans to be loud and proud for days to come. Back here at home, leaders throughout Columbia are trying to keep the city safe from COVID-19. Here are some quick developments to report. USC says more than 61,000 students have taken COVID tests since the start of the fall semester. The university reported 1,500 total positive cases for students and faculty in the past 3 months. In other news, city employees are now required to be fully vaccinated by December 31st. And Governor McMaster says he wants to spend millions of dollars in COVID-19 relief money to pay for folks to attend technical college for free here in the state. University of South Carolina students and faculty now have another way to combat COVID. Here with that story on the move is our own Abbey Foster. Abbey?
Thanks, AlizaJane. USC's Health Center is now offering Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccine boosters. Studies show that after getting vaccinated against COVID-19, protection against the virus may decrease over time and can be less able to protect against the Delta variant. Data suggests that a booster dose can increase immune response, which results in improved protection against COVID-19, including Delta. Some South Carolina students feel as though it's important to receive the booster shot.
I feel like everyone should get the booster vaccine because it'll help prevent the spread of COVID-19. I feel like it'll help mitigate the virus as well overall. I feel like the whole community should consider getting the booster shot.
If you received your second Pfizer or Moderna shot at least 6 months ago, you are eligible for the booster shot. To make an appointment, go to My Health Space, or you can get a booster just by walking up to the Center for Health and Well-Being from 9 to 3 Monday through Friday. Back to you in the studio, AlizaJane.
Thanks, Abby. COVID relief funds have helped many local farmers and business owners in South Carolina. Carolina Insider's Maggie Davis spoke with local entrepreneurs about how these grants have affected their livelihoods.
Sandhills Farmers Market is one of the many places in the state where people can sell their produce. Operator of Martin Farms, Nathaniel Martin, says he had to support the farm himself during the pandemic. Martin now fears the state won't use the ARP funds to lower the cost of farming in a COVID-damaged economy.
Everything is raising and getting high, so it's way behind, so we're not making enough money to keep going.
South Carolina plans to spend $50 million on agriculture, purchasing overproduced products, improving market facilities, and developing grants for farmers like Martin. In addition to farmers, state lawmakers set aside $250 million to help small businesses. However, how it will be spent has not been decided. Papa Jazz Record Shop saw an unusual sales increase during some of the pandemic. Store owner Tim Smith says he's lucky buying old records became a hobby, but the multiple grants he received can't be overlooked and are necessary for the future.
You really needed something to tide you over if you're going to keep your employees, on payroll when you weren't making, half what you normally do.
At the local level, Lexington County is directly putting $7 million into essential employees' pockets. South Carolina will also spend $30 million on law enforcement, $170 million on widening I-26, and education will directly receive $3 billion from the federal government. For Carolina Insider, I'm Maggie Davis.
It looks like COVID and hurricanes have combined to keep fair traffic down these past 2 years. The annual South Carolina State Fair wrapped this past weekend. More than 345,000 people attended, which was nearly 100,000 fewer than 2020. First day numbers also fell short by being the lowest since 2018. Finally, it's an exciting week for USC fans as the Gamecock basketball team get ready to start their new season. The men's basketball team will host USC Upstate at 7 o'clock next Tuesday. That same evening, the women's team will visit number 5 NC State for a 5 p.m. tip-off. As for players to watch, on the men's team, Keyshawn Bryant was named to the coach's preseason All-SEC second team. On the women's team, Aaliyah Boston was named to the AP preseason All-American first team. That's it for this edition of Carolina Insider, a student production here in the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here Friday.